I want you to be reminded of something that we've done before. On the screen, you have something called a Dear John letter. And we did this in class as a team. It is a letter, and depending on how you punctuate it, it is either a breakup letter or a I love you letter. No, love is a great thing, but when your letter reads like this, Dear John, I want a man who knows what love is all about. You are generous, kind, thoughtful people who are not like you admit to being useless and inferior. You have ruined me for other men. I yearn for you. I have no feelings whatsoever when we're apart. I can be wherever happy. We can be yours, Jane. That is a tough read. It could be if this person cares or doesn't like this person, if somebody reads this, they're going to be confused. And just again, I know we've done this before, but I wonder if you remember how to make sentences out of big chunks that kind of look like a paragraph. Again, this looks like a paragraph. It wants to be a paragraph, but the problem is it is tough read. John, when he reads this, he's gonna again. It's gonna sound like this: Dear John, comma, nice comma. I want a man who knows what love is all about. You are generous, kind, thoughtful people who are not like you admit to being useless and inferior. You have ruined me for other men. I yearn for you. I know feelings whatsoever. But I can be and that's how it feels reading some of the work that you turn into me. You have good examples. I've read it, but it's tough being confused by the lack of punctuation. So let's just be reminded of something. This here is a simple sentence. We did this activity at the beginning of the year called Sentence Smackdown, where we took some sentences, took some words, we're smacking them on the board. But so what? The so what is that in a sentence, you should be able to have, there is a subject, which is the who or what to start your sentence. I have it here in pink. I, two people. That is the start of a sentence, but it is not the sentence. It is not a sentence until it has something called a predicate. The predicate is the action or the action the who or what is doing. Again, it's the action the who or what is doing. So in this case, you have I, the subject. Well, what is it I doing? The I thought about it. Thought is an action. Two people. Well, what were they doing? What was the action they were doing? Well, they were singing. So what we're going to do is that we're going to highlight a part of that old activity using that pink and the green. Now remember, looking at that sheet over there, pink is the subject, the who or the what of the sentence. And then we have the action, which in this case is going to be the green. Let's see if I can make that a little bigger for you. Not bad at all. See? Yeah, see? Well done, see? Like a 1930s bad guy. Am I at the store, see? So anyway, let's fix this. Again, it's a long sentence. Dear John, those people who've never written a letter before, this is good. It is the kind of the break before you actually get into the letter. I see the word I. Ooh, I see the word I over here as well. So I know that is probably going to be a subject. The first thing usually, almost always, is the subject. Not all the time, but usually it is not unusual for the first word to be the subject. Again, not all the time, but it is not unusual. So that subject, I. Well, what is I doing? I want a man who knows what love is all about. You're a generous kind thought. Oh, can't be all that. It's too much. I want a man who knows what love is all about. You can't be that. But I want a man. I see the word who here, but the word who, I don't know. Usually a who, could it be the subject of a sentence? Maybe. Let's make it simple. I want a man. See if that fits. I want a man. Oh, we have a subject and what we think is the predicate, what they're doing. I want a man. Sweet. So now we need to put that period in there. But if we put a period in it, the next letter has to be capitalized. I want a man. Period. Who knows what love is all about? You or Jennifer Scott? I can't do it. Who knows what love is all about? You or Jennifer Scott? It's too much. But I see the word who. Who or what to start your sentence. Maybe let's take a risk. Let's put the who. Let's make the who the start of a sentence. Sweet. I want a man. Period. Who knows what love is all about? You or Jennifer Scott? Thoughtful people are not like, oh my God, you're so much. Who knows what love is all about? You. I don't know. The word you. Let's see if we can stop at the word you. Let's see. Just before we put anything in, let's make sure it's not too long. I want a man. Period. Good. Who knows what love is all about? You are just. Stop in front of you. Who knows what love is all about? This here. I think that needs a period. And if that's a period, then all of this might just be the predicate or the action of the sentence. Let's take a look. Oh, then I need to capitalize. Oh, let's try it again. I want a man. Stop. Period. Who knows what love is all about? Stop. Period. You are generous, kind, thoughtful people who are not like you admit to this is being so much. You. And normally at the beginning of a sentence is the subject. They start the sentence, so I'm going to highlight that in pink. Whew, let's try that again. You are. I know that action words are like running and jumping, but it makes me wonder, what about words like is, am, are, were, be, being, been, and others? Those are not. Those are not action words, but they are something called linking verbs. They're verbs they don't show action, but these are definitely verbs. So you are generous, kind, thoughtful people who are not like you and make me so much. You are generous, kind, thoughtful people. How about that? You are generous, kind, thoughtful. Well, that's kind of weird though, because you are generous, kind, thoughtful people. People is not one. People is like one or two. It's kind of weird. So you is one, people two. So I don't think I want to put that in my sentence. What if I did that? Boom. You are generous, kind, thoughtful. Oh, those girls being so sweet all of a sudden. Some of you might want to say, but Mr. Huff, it's a list. What if you put an and in there? Well, you can. But it's not always important. But we'll do it anyway. I have a period. So then this here has to be capitalized. And according to this rule, the subject, people might be, there we go. People, boom. People who are not like you admit to being useless and inferior. You have run it. Oh, wait a minute. That sounded kind of cool. People who are not like you admit to being useless and inferior. Someone's going to argue with me about this predicate, but that is a really interesting sentence. And so I wonder, do you think that you can turn your rest of this paragraph into sentences using subject, predicate. Maybe you want to do that on a separate sheet of paper. But here I go. I have started to turn something that read goofily into something that's interesting. Can your work, can you go, before you turn it into me, can you actually look at your work and turn it into something that has sentences? And really think through it. What is my subject? What is my predicate? Just a reminder of what we've done in the past. Anyway, remember, this is Mr. Huff, phone number 210-595-0165. I have online office hours, live stream office hours from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., 1:30 p.m., 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I miss you, and I can't wait to see you.